So today's community call is going to be focused on some of our new widgets, updates, and we have a new integration as well. So we're going to be talking about that today. So we're going to go through a short presentation, but I'm also going to just show you all the features that we have live already. So this is going to take about 20 minutes in total. And at the end of it, I'll be happy to take any questions about this. So firstly, welcome everyone. Great to have you here for our 22nd July community call. One of the reasons I'm so excited to have you all here is because we recently hit 5,000 GitHub stars. It's a small milestone. We launched AppSmith's project last year in September, sometime in the last week of September, and a week ago we hit 5,000 stars. So it's really exciting to be loved by the community and to be used by all of you. I'm also proud that we have over 90 plus external contributors and over 1,000 Discord community members. It's the start of something great, and I'm so happy that all of you are part of this. Moving on to the agenda. So we're going to be covering product updates from the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, we had about 3 releases, 2 major feature releases and 1 patch release. I'm going to only cover the major feature releases, and you can check out the rest small releases inside AppSmith. So we introduced a bunch of 2 new widgets, the rating widget, divider widget. Then we introduced more updates to the table, image. Image now has a rotate option. And then we introduced the integration with Arango DB. Let's just quickly talk about that. First, we have the rating widget. The rating widget is super useful for you to add it to a form or for you to expose it to external users for them to rate something that you've done. And this is a screenshot of it. I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. So here I have a form, and here's the rating widget right here. You can do half stars or full stars, and it's like really easy to use right here. If I go here, I can see that I can control the properties here. I can change the active color. I can have more than 5 stars. I can have 10 right here or whatever number you need to. You can also show a tooltip to tell the user something. You can keep it small, medium, or large. So really like a simple widget, but it was requested by a bunch of community members, and we are really happy to deliver this. You can also control if you want to allow for half stars or not half stars, right? So all the things that you would expect out of a rating component is just right here. And all the actions are right here. So this is what the rating widget looks like. Moving on to the next one. This is the divider widget. This is a super simple widget. It just is a line. It's a line that can be horizontal, vertical. It can be dashed, or it can be continuous, or it can be dotted. And this widget was actually inspired by one of our users who built this super complicated app in AppSmith and put in the effort of actually using like hyphens and dashes to get their lines. So that's why we decided we need to introduce the line widget. And we're really happy that it's finally live, and hopefully this user can actually now start using it. Let me show you what that looks like. So right here, I have a bunch of horizontal and vertical lines. But if I go here, I can show you what controls are available. Like I said, you have a dash style, solid, dashed, or let me just move this out of the way. Dashed, dotted. You can choose the color. You can choose the cap. Do you want an arrow? Do you want an arrow on both the sides or just one of the sides? Or do you just want a dot? You can even play around with the thickness. So you can have something like super thick, and you can actually like turn it into a little box. A lot of controls right here. The orientation can be controlled via this. Today in AppSmith, you can't actually rotate an object. That's something we'll be working on very soon. So as of now, you just have to choose this from the orientation, horizontal or vertical. So this is the way this one works. Moving on to the next update. The next update has been requested so many times that I can't count. It's allowing users to multi-select rows, but by showing a check mark. We've always had multi-select, but it's awkward because users were expected to use command and click to select multiple rows. But now there's actually a check mark. So I can now just go ahead and select what I need and unselect everything. Very simple feature, but super useful so that it's really obvious for the end users to understand what to do. You can also turn it off right here if you don't need it. And then it's back to the normal table. So really excited to get this done, and thank you to everybody who's been patient enough to wait for this feature. The next one is Arango DB. This is actually a contribution by one of our community members. He was quite persistent with this contribution. It took us a while to get it right and review the code and integrate it. But we are really happy that this very fast growing graph DB is now live on AppSmith. And we've already started seeing users for it. So if you have any feedback about this database, would love to hear it. One of the things that we're going to be focusing on over the next few months is to make the process of adding an integration dead easy so that anybody can contribute an integration. And Arango DB is one of the contributions by our community members. Previous contributions have included Redis and I believe Microsoft SQL, which were by community members. So really excited to have a third one. And over the next few months, you'll see that adding a integration is just a lot easier than it used to be before. The other thing about integrations is that now we actually have a central location for all your data sources. Everything is right here. All the data sources that you've added, you can see them in a list here. If you need to create a new data source, you see all of them together here. Before this, our databases and APIs, they used to live separately, but now they all live in the same page. We also have the mock databases available here. This is great when you're just like trying to prototype a product or trying to demo something to somebody when you don't have the backend or the database ready. So this is perfect for that. But if you already have a database, you can see all the connectors right here. One of the interesting things that some of you might not have noticed is access to the URL data sources. So here I have the Google Calendar data source here. I have this investor CRM data source here. So I can actually see the scope. I can edit this. I can change the permission if I need to right here. Oops, sorry, that was an accidental click. And I can just go ahead and create a new query from right here. So this is like super cool because it just makes it easier for you to find what you need right here. The final update I have is, this is an update that we had spoken about, I think a month ago in one of our community calls with Joy, one of our designers. So you can now see all the entities that are connected to a widget. So here's a screenshot, but let me actually show you what this looks like right here. Let's go back to this page. So here I have a table, and this table is talking to get investor details, which is a Google Sheets API. So I can see that right here. So if I need to access it, I can just click and access it. I can also see that there are some outgoing connections. I can see that this table is actually talking to this input field, this rich text editor, another input field, and it's also talking to the API again, because I can make a submit request, or I can view the conversations right here. So this is really useful so that you can actually navigate right there. Let's click this and find out what this does. Yeah, so this updates the sheet. So which means that once I type something here, I can actually hit enter and update the row that needs to be updated. So really cool feature. And we're going to be introducing this inside all the APIs and data queries as well. So you'll be able to access it right here. Today, you can access this in the debugger. Let's. Okay, I think I'm missing this here. Let me just show it to you right here. So this table, I can just access all the entities right here. So I can see all the dependencies and all the references of the table. This, we've just moved it front and center so that you can use this for navigation. And this is part of our update to simplify the navigation in AppSmith. So these are all the updates that I have for you today. Keep an eye out for all our updates, which you can access right here in this modal. So we can see a lot more. Like the image widget has a rotate property. Let me actually show that to you before I forget it. This was actually requested by a team where they look at images and they need to rotate it, and then they need to manually copy something from the image. So they often need, because these are scanned images, they often need to rotate it. So that's why we've introduced the rotate feature. Simple feature, but useful. The other thing that we've introduced in the image widget that I forgot about is there is an object fit property inside the image. You can choose between contain, cover. Let me move this out of the way. Or auto, which just chooses the size of the image. Just a few more controls over the image so that you can actually make it work the way you need to make it work. So these are all the major updates that we have for you. You can take a look at the other smaller updates right here and keep an eye out for future updates. I'm ready to take any questions if you might have. And while we wait for questions, if you're not part of our Discord community, I highly encourage you to go join that. Also, take a look at our YouTube channel, because we have a lot of new tutorial videos by Confidence that went live over the last 2 weeks. We've built out new products like we built out a task manager. We are also built out a tweet tech clone. All those videos are live on YouTube. So please go ahead and check them out. On our Discord community, you'll also see a bunch of new blog posts that were published. Some of them are published by one of our active community members, Superflux Joseph, while a lot of the others were published by Vihar and our team members. So keep an eye out for them on the AppSmith blog. Thanks, Confidence, for pasting that. If there are no questions, then I'm going to go ahead and end the call. I'm going to wait another 20 seconds and then we can end the call. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today.